Hi everyone, happy Friday. How are y'all doing today? Get started here in just a moment. I hopped on just a little bit early to give us a chance to get connected and all that good stuff like we always do. Hope you're having a great day today. Okay. While we get a chance to get connected like usual, I'm going to share this video over to my group real fast. And if you would like to share so we can get more folks watching us, that would be fantastic. I would appreciate that. I think this light might be too bright. We'll see how it goes. Hold on one second. Let me share this. Welcome everyone. Good. I see some folks are joining and that is a good thing. So, all right, we'll get started here in just a moment. Hello, Anne Margaret. It's nice to see you there today. Perfect. Okay, that's what I always wait for. I wait for to see that people are saying hello. Now I know we're good to go. So you guys probably, no surprise, what we're going to be doing today. Going to have some fun with paper pumpkin, and I think, let's see, I don't know. We're going to see what's better for lighting here. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Katie. Hello, Shirley. All right. Okay, guys. Well, everything looks good. I think I'm going to leave that overhead light off. I think it's a little bit better. I moved my camera up just a smidge because it seemed really close. So we'll see how it goes. If you need me to zoom the camera in, let me know in the comments below. Okay, welcome everyone. I want to go ahead and get started today. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining me for Facebook Live today. I'll start out by introducing myself. My name is Anne Marie Heil. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. You can find me over on my blog at stampinann.com. Excuse me. I also want to draw your attention. In the description of this video, you will find a link to my website with my online store. Excuse me, I totally caught air funny. Also up there's going to be a couple other links for you to check out if for Paper Pumpkin, which we're talking about today, if about joining my team, shopping in my online store, a link to Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. Today's video, I will let you know after I go live. I will post the replay of the video on YouTube either later tonight or tomorrow. And so you can find it over there too, because I know some people prefer to watch on YouTube. So whether you're watching live or watching a replay, please leave me a comment, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere. Just let me know that you're watching, where you're from. I love to connect with you guys. I love to hear from you. And another thing I want to share, I have prizes from last week on Facebook Live. So this host code right here, I just want to point this out to you. If you need to purchase any Stampin' Up! Products, there's a link to my online store in the description above. You can also find it on my website. If you shop with this host code and spend $35 or more, you will get a little gift from me, which is a fun PDF tutorial with lots of creative inspiration that will be emailed to you. The only thing with the host code is if your order goes over $150, don't use the host code. You're still going to get lots of great treats from me, but you get some host benefits at that. So definitely check that out if you need to order some Stampin' Up! Product. Okay, last time I did Facebook Live was last Friday. Oh, I don't know where my little email thing is. Here it is. Found it. Okay, so this is a card I made last Friday. We cased the catalog with a little bit of a twist and made this cute little lemon card out of the A Fish and a Wish bundle. So if you missed this Facebook Live video, you can catch the replay here on Facebook, and it's also posted on YouTube too. Really fun little card, and I just love how it came out. It's super happy and fun, and then even finished off with another little lemon on the inside. So for everybody who shared last week's video, I put their name into a drawing to win this card that I made. As I love to send happy mail to say thank you for you guys for sharing the video. And the winner that I drew is Karen Richardson. Karen, congratulations. Karen, I have your address, so I will get this popped in the mail to you. So Karen, you won the fun little lemon card. I don't know why. I'm having a hard time forming my words today. So Karen, congratulations. And I have a second card for everybody who commented on the video. So keep in mind, if you share the video, you have until the next time I go Facebook Live to share. So even if you're watching the replay, you can still share the video and you'll get entered into the drawing to win the card I make today. So the one that we make later, you'll be entered to win that for sharing. And then I'll have a secondary card to give away to everybody who leaves a comment. So please interact on this video because it makes me really happy and I like to see you guys interacting. It kind of just helps me feel like I'm not talking to myself. So my next card, I have another fun ladybug card. I have made a whole bunch of these and I love them. I just think they're so cute. So this is a fun little hello card and the inside's even finished off with another little ladybug inside. So for everybody who commented, Robin Martin, you are the winner of the cute ladybug card. Robin, I don't think I have your current address. I think I have an old address for you. So Robin, please email me your address at annemarieheil@gmail.com. And with the prizes, if I have your address, no worries. You know if I have your address. If I don't have your address, you have until, hey, Robin's here. Yay, cool. So you have until the next time I go Facebook Live to claim your prize. So yay, Robin. I see Robin and Karen are here. So congratulations, ladies. Karen, you're set. I can pop this in the mail to you. Robin, drop me an email at some point with your mailing address, and I'll pop the little ladybug cutie in the mail for you. All right, congratulations, guys. Let me move these out of the way so I don't lose them and knock anything over. Okay. All right. And I know I missed a whole bunch of comments. So guys, if I missed your comment, please know I'm not ignoring you. I will go back afterwards and catch up. Sometimes it's a lot to keep up with when we're trying to get started. Okay. Paper pumpkin. This is what we're doing today. So I like to do a paper pumpkin Facebook Live every once in a while. First of all, it helps to introduce people who might not know what paper pumpkin is to paper pumpkin. It is Stampin' Up's monthly card like subscription box. Everything you need is inside this box to create. And there's a couple different ways you can do paper pumpkins. Let me talk to you a little bit about that. So this month's paper pumpkin is called Pick of the Crop, and this is a fun little kit. Sometimes with paper pumpkin you have 3D projects, sometimes you have cards. This month it was 9 cards, 3 of each design, and then this cute little tote bag. I'm going to show you that too in a minute. I know some people haven't gotten their paper pumpkin yet, so if you like the surprise, you might want to come back. But if you haven't seen the paper pumpkin kit up close and personal, this will be a good chance to look into it. So this is this month's box, and like I said, it's 9 cards with envelopes and a cute little tote bag as well. Now, paper pumpkin, what's awesome about it, everything you need to create is in this box. The first time you subscribe to paper pumpkin, you will get an acrylic stamp block, and so that's with your very first box. You'll get one sent to you, and then all you need is that stamp block with this box every month, and maybe a pair of paper snips. You'll need some scissors, and they do send adhesive, but sometimes people want their own adhesive in there, so you might want to add a little adhesive too, but if not, you still have everything you need to create with just a pair of scissors. All right, so let's look into it. And what my plan is today is we're going to make one of these 3 cards in the video, but we're going to do it the way I like to do it. You can use paper pumpkin a bunch of different ways. So like I said, everything you need is in this box ready to create, which is fun. If you just want to take this on the go or something like that, you don't have to bring any additional supplies. If you're like me, I'm a little bit more of an avid stamper. I like to add a couple more layers to my cards, maybe some more embellishments, things like that. So what's cool about that is you can take the basics with paper pumpkin and you can do more with it if you want to, or you can do it just as it comes, and it's perfectly fine. So we're going to make one of these cards, but I'm going to zhuzh it up a little bit, and then I'm going to make an alternative with you today. Another thing I want to point out to my Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So if you subscribe and order your Paper Pumpkin through me as your demonstrator, one perk I give my subscribers every month is I email a PDF tutorial that has usually between 11 and 13 additional projects, which will show you different ways to use your kit to get more out of it. So on the flyer that comes every month, they do show a couple of alternatives here on the back. But what we put together is we put together a fun little PDF that has great alternatives, so you can get more bang for your buck with your kit. And what we try to do is we just focus on maybe some additional cardstock, basic shapes and things like that, because we realize not everybody has, you know, a giant craft room or things like that. So we just try to add in a couple little things to show you different ways to use your kit to get more out of it, because there's always a great stamp set in there every month too. So let's open it up and look in here. Now, this particular kit has already shipped. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can get refills for it right now. But if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I just want to introduce to you today what you get with Paper Pumpkin, just kind of give you a little introduction to it. Next month, the next month Paper Pumpkin kit is the one that you can get, okay? So this, you have until the 10th of every month to sign up for Paper Pumpkin, and after the 10th, the kit will ship. This is next month's kit. It is Sending Good Thoughts. It's going to coordinate in the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. There's a bundle that has this cute little bottle. There's a bottle stamp set, a bottle punch, and even in our new upcoming holiday catalog, there is a stamp set that coordinates with the bottle too. But this will be a kit that coordinates with that. So that's a little preview of next month's kit. So if you love what you see today for Paper Pumpkin and you want to subscribe, definitely get signed up to get next month's kit. Again, I will show you fun ways to use alternatives with it as well. So check that out. And if you have any questions about Paper Pumpkin, leave me a comment and I will definitely get back to you, or you can feel free to email me too. So every month you get a cool stamp set too. So we're going to look a little in depth at this month's stamp set. Hopefully you can, I don't know if that color is good or not. Maybe we'll put it on white and see. Yeah, that might be a little easier to read. So we've got some cute little sets. You can hear some squeaking in the background. They're playing. I'm just letting them go today. My dogs are in here with me. Hi, Susan. So let's see. We have this big giant hello, which I love. We've got a little, almost like a little lavender sprig or leaves or whatever. You can color it, whatever. We've got a strawberry, a blueberry. These cute little, they almost look like strawberry spots, but it could be like a distressed background. And then our sentiments are thinking of you, love you a whole bunch. You're the pick of the crop, and you are the sweetest. So that's the stamp set. And what I love is even if you use the kit components, you can still create cool things with this stamp set. That hello makes me really happy. Every month you also get an ink spot. So this month the color is Calypso Coral. And so that's great too, because if you're somebody who maybe doesn't have all of the inks and you're just starting stamping, this is a great way to get a stamp set and get some ink colors. And I love the Stampin' Spots, you guys. When I first started stamping years ago, I was like, oh, I need all the ink colors, but it's a huge investment. So what I love about the Stampin' Spots is you still get an ink pad. You can still refill these with your re-inkers, and they're totally storable. You can even store them in an empty Paper Pumpkin box if you want to, but it's a great way to build your collection of ink colors without breaking the bank right out of the gates. So you do get those every month in your kit. You get a stamp set and an ink pad. Now, what we have to decide today, oh, I want to show you the bag too. This is I dropped the twine. This is the cute little canvas bag that comes, so like I mentioned, you get 3 of each card design with envelopes, coordinating envelopes, and the envelopes are cute this month, you guys. I've been working on my alternatives for the tutorial, so I've been really working on Paper Pumpkin a lot, so that's kind of why I wanted to share it today. So there are these really pretty soft succulent envelopes with a nice area to put the address. And then what I always love is the fun printed inside of these. And something that's kind of cool, that you can do is you can always disassemble your envelopes and you get a fun little piece of designer series paper here. So you can think outside of the box. If you don't, if you don't have soft succulent cardstock, you could always take the envelope apart to get maybe some soft succulent pieces. You can use that as designer series paper, or you can just use it as this really pretty envelope. I love that it has a label on the front. I don't know, I think they're really pretty this month. But this is a little canvas tote bag. And when you make all of your cards, you can pop them all in here, and you could even give it as a gift if you want to. There are refills available right now for this. These little canvas tote bags. It's a pack of 4 for $13. They are still available, and they're available to Paper Pumpkin subscribers, just like the refills are. But these are super cute, and you can stamp on them too. I'm not going to stamp on them today because I haven't really fully decided what I want to do with the tote bag yet and what sentiment I want to use. But I do want to share some little tips with you with stamping on this. You can stamp on it with our regular Stampin' classic Stampin' spots. The only advice I would probably suggest for you when stamping on this is maybe put a couple sheets of cardstock in there to create a nice flat surface. And one thing you want to be super careful of when you're stamping is be real cautious of the seams on the side. If you put like a couple sheets of cardstock in there to kind of bulk it up and give it a flat surface, it might be a little bit better. But for the most part, try and keep your stamping to the center of the bag, because it's really tough to see on the video, but it's kind of ridged right here. And if you were to try and stamp like right here, it probably would not stamp evenly. And I feel like you've got one shot with the canvas bag. So this is something I would just say, make sure you get some nice flat surface underneath there before you stamp, and try to stay away from the edges if you can help it. I think that's really going to help make your stamped images a little bit nicer on the bag. Okay, all right, so which card are we going to make? So we're not going to make it exactly as it is, but hello, Leanne. Hello, Karen. Patricia says Stampin' spots are great, especially stamping with kids. They can handle it nicely. I agree. Great for little hands, and it's also great for heavy-handed stampers. So if you're a stamper that likes to really push hard into your ink pads and you get ink everywhere, Stampin' spots would be a really good thing for you, because it's really hard to over ink your stamps because you have a little bit less surface area. So that's another thing too. If you're a heavy-handed stamper, you might really like the Stampin' spots. Okay, so we have 3 to pick from. Belinda, hi friend, how are you? Haven't talked to you in a while, my friend. We need to go get coffee. I miss you. Hello, Linda from Virginia. Nice to see you here today. Okay, so we're going to make one of these cards, and we're going to zhuzh it up just a little bit. I'm going to show you how to put it together, but I'm going to show you just a little stepped up version. Okay, so we have flower cart. We've got the little bread and cheese, or the fruit baskets. So I need you guys to vote in the comments: flowers, bread and cheese, or fruit baskets. So pick which one we'd like to make today. We'll put one of these together. I'll show you some other ones too, and then we're going to put an alternative together with some things in the kit, not everything. So which one do you want to see? Flowers, bread and cheese, or fruit baskets? I think they're all different enough names that I can probably figure out what you mean by it. Okay, first one that gets to 5 is what we'll do. Okay, we've got oh wow, flowers are coming in hot. We had 1 bread and cheese, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Flowers wins. We're doing the flower cart, guys. For some reason, I thought bread and cheese was going to win. I don't know why, but I was wrong. Okay, so for the flower cart, we're going to grab the core components. Now, I want to show you guys how easy this card is to put together on its own. Okay, so we're going to need a card base. And here, just to show you, like, here are your card bases for... We've already got some fun things printed on there. This is the one for the flower card. It has this cute little horizon on the background. So for this, Oh, I should probably show you the instructions, huh? Let me show you that. So you can see if you're brand new to Paper Pumpkin. Robin says, I didn't realize it was bread at first. I know, I didn't either. I'm like, what is this? And why are there so many of them? And then once I realized it was bread, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, this is cool. I don't have any bread die cuts. So every month you're going to get full color instructions that are going to show you how to put each one of your cards together. There's also a little ruler on the side too. So if you need to do any measuring, you've got a little ruler on the go. I mean, I know it's a paper ruler, but hey, it gets the job done, right? In a pinch. So we're going to do the flower cart. So we need, it tells us here, we're going to need our card base and we're going to need some die cut images. So we've got, this one's an easy one to put together. So we've got our flower cart and we just punch it out here. And what's fun about this is there are 3 cards this month in the kit, but they gave you 4 flower carts. And same thing with the bread and cheese. There's 3 cards that use these little lavender sprigs, but they gave you 8 of them. So talk about getting a little more bang for your buck. Same thing, I think, with the strawberries too. You have a lot of extra this month, which I kind of like. I love when they give you extra die cut images. They gave us a lot of bread this month, which is kind of fun. So we need a little loaf of bread, a little tiny loaf of bread, and we need a label. Let me grab I'm trying to do this so it's not like super messy, but I should have, well, I guess I couldn't pull it ahead of time because we needed to vote, right? So here we go. So on this one here, we've got this little label. And it's already punched and ready to go. Talk about easy peasy, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that off to the side there. And then another thing you just need to do, pop these little guys out. Let's grab a pair of scissors. I think might be better to have a sharp tool in there. And these are really, really pretty, you guys. I like how it's just a really pretty, fun image. And I don't know, I just think it makes a super cute card. So leave me a comment down below. How many of you guys got Paper Pumpkin this month? How many wish you did? And maybe how many of you are just hearing about Paper Pumpkin or have never tried it before? It's good to know who's watching and what your interests are. Okay, so we popped all those out. And now, honestly, guys, if you want to put this card together as is, it is just literally this simple. You're going to pop this up, stamp a sentiment, and add your bread. And that's just as simple as it is to put this card together. We're going to step it just a little, okay? So I'm going to show you my version that I would do. And again, if this isn't for you and you just like to do Paper Pumpkin as is, that's fine. That's totally cool. What I love about Paper Pumpkin is there's so many possibilities with it because you can do as much or as little as you want with it. So I'm going to add in a couple of extra layers of cardstock. Now, if you, let's see. I'm seeing some different things. Some people got it. Kelly just opened it and looked at it. Leanne wishes she tried it. Let's see. Linda unsubscribed because you had so many unfinished kits. Linda, that's a really good point. And this is what I will tell you. Because I like doing alternatives so much, I find that I'm using my kits up more. And I'm finding that once I have like additional ideas, I love just cranking out a whole bunch of cards. And it's super easy to do. And I can definitely understand though, because the kits can go unfinished if you don't make them. So, and it actually, Paper Pumpkin helps me mail a few more cards too. Okay, so we're going to add Soft Succulent and Night of Navy. Now every month in the kit, And I realize some of you guys watching already know this, like you get Paper Pumpkin, but there might be people who aren't watching. So if it annoys you that I'm like oversharing this, I'm sorry, but I'm doing it for everyone. I'm trying to make everyone happy here. So every month on the back, it'll show you a picture of your kit and it tells you the coordinating colors that go with this. Now, I did want to point out one quick thing. So if you're somebody who maybe doesn't have a whole room dedicated to stamping and things like that, I want to show you one cool thing you can do. If you want to get some coordinating cardstock, I wanted to point this out that Stampin' Up! Does offer an assorted cardstock pack per color family. So you could get a kit of the brights, the neutrals, the regals, the subtles, and both sets of in colors. And like in this case, the assorted pack is 20 sheets of cardstock. You get 2 each of 10 colors. So it's a nice little taste of the colors of cardstock because, again, just like I mentioned earlier, buying all of those inks initially is super expensive. Buying full packs of cardstock is also super expensive. And what I find, I tend to gravitate towards certain color families and certain colors in those color families. So these assorted cardstock packs are a nice way to get a taste of the colors without having full packs. Sometimes full packs are super hard to use if you don't make a lot of cards, or you don't have a ton of supplies or even space to store them. So the assorted cardstock packs are awesome. I recommend these, and I think just having some assorted cardstock with your Paper Pumpkin, it just makes it easier to kind of spice up your card a little bit. I see Susan says, I always purchase the assorted packs. I agree. I like them too. Let's see. I know I missed. Hi, Polly. Nice to see you. So excited to have you here today. Hi, Terry. And Narelle says Australia's only got a couple of Paper Pumpkins. I know. I wish everybody got Paper Pumpkin because I just think it's super cool. So I'm going to make a card base. I'm going to make a long card base because that's how my cardstock's going. So this is 4 1/4 by 11 inches. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. I have a fun alternative planned today to show you too. I did some pre-work, so hopefully it'll go by a little easier, but hope you guys like it. And I'm going to add, the reason I'm going to add a Night of Navy layer is because I kind of liked how this image is outlined in Night of Navy, and I think it's just going to kind of continue that outlined image like through the card. So I'm a layer person. If you visited me before, you know this. So just adding those couple extra layers makes my heart really happy with Paper Pumpkin. Okay, so I'm going to cut this to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to cut my card base down. Now here's something that's cool too with Paper Pumpkin. So now your card base is white on the inside, and then you have your fun printed front, and then on the back you have a piece of, I'm guessing this is Blushing Bride. Calypso Coral. Okay, well this color pink is not listed on the on the colors for this month, but I believe it's Blushing Bride. So what I like about this is you can do 2 things. So I'm gonna cut this, because all we need is the front of the card. So this back piece here, if you don't have this color of cardstock, you could save this to use on another project. You can use it for die cutting or things like that. Or if you wanted to, you could just cut it down and put it on the inside of the card with the white. But I just like that it gives you, again, if you don't have this color cardstock, it's kind of a nice way to get another color. So I'm going to cut off the back, and now I'm going to trim this to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, but I'm going to be careful because I want to make sure there's images on both sides here, so I don't want to cut too much off one side and not the other. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little bit off one side and then cut it to 3 7/8. So I lost my second little grassy thing on this side, but it's okay. I think it's still going to work. And then I'm going to cut this to 5 1/8. And I think, yeah, I'm just going to cut it off the top. Okay, so 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, and Save this piece because you can put it inside your card, okay? Or you can use it somewhere else. Don't throw anything out with paper pumpkin. That's my rule. Okay, so we're done cutting. We do need a piece for the inside, but I'll show you a finished inside. I already did one. So let's go ahead. You know what, guys? I think I'm almost out of liquid glue. I am. You know what? Hold tight. I gotta get another bottle, but it's close. I'll be right back. I told myself that right before I started Facebook Live. I'm like, you need more glue. And I forgot to grab it. So, okay. So this is like the easiest way to step up your paper pumpkin, is just adding a couple layers. And this is what I like to do. When my paper pumpkin first comes, that's what I like to do. I like to take it out of the case, or the box, and I like to make it similar to how they've designed it, but I just add a couple layers because that's what makes my heart happy. There's nothing wrong with the kit cards, you guys. There's nothing wrong with them as is. I like them because sometimes if I just need a quick card, I can just put them together and I don't have to cut anything else. But for me, this is how I make cards. So this is kind of how I use paper pumpkin, and everybody's going to use it a little bit different. I know I saw a couple people said in the comments above they really like seeing the alternatives, and it's just kind of fun to see what else people do with them. Okay, so boom, boom. Easy peasy, right? A different card base, a couple layers. And look at that. It just kind of spices it up enough. We're going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I always use more than I need. And that's just how it is. I don't like saggy cards, guys. I want to make sure my cards have lots of substance, because it's no fun when the recipient gets the card and it's like janky. So nobody likes a janky card, right? Okay, and I'm just cutting my little Stampin' Dimensionals to fit, because I have to put some in the wheels here to pop them up. Linda says she likes the colors. I love this background paper. I just think these scenes, these horizon scenes, are so cute, and they just add so much personality and depth of color. I love them because this little cart is like the cutest thing ever, and putting it on that cute background is like perfect. Okay, and I get it. If you don't like me pulling backgrounds off the dimensionals, it's okay. It's just a second. I'm almost done. Hold tight. Let me just make sure I got all of them. Okay. And now we're just going to pop our little cart on here. Ba-dum-bum. But seriously, if you're on the fence about getting paper pumpkin, I would definitely do it. And also, July starts Stampin' Up celebration, and that is a great time to buy a prepaid paper pumpkin subscription, because if you buy a couple months prepaid, what they'll do is they'll send you like a little, it's like a little gift card code, and then you just start up your paper pumpkin subscription. And another thing I want to mention, you can pause it at any month. So you can, if you don't want 1 month, they usually show a preview, and if it's not for you, you can pause it and not get that month. It's totally fine. And I'm gluing the bread on here. This little loaf of bread cracks me up. I just think it's so fun. But during celebration, when you buy a paper pumpkin subscription, so anytime, for every $50 you spend during celebration, you get free product. So keep that in mind. Starting July 1st, celebration is going to start. It's cute stuff coming, so you can get more freebies, more bang for your buck with your paper pumpkin prepaid subscription. I have some customers who buy their whole year subscription during paper pumpkin so they can get the freebies. So keep that in mind. We're going to use this long You're the Pick of the Crop. Okay. Now I am using my foam mat here just because this is a little bit longer acrylic stamp. And as I mentioned, your paper pumpkin does come with an ink or what is this called? Acrylic block that will fit your stamp. I'm using this acrylic block. It just gives me a little more leverage. Again, if you have additional supplies, I mean, use them. But if you don't, you can definitely make do with what they send. It's just preference. I figure if you've got it, use it. Okay, so we ink that up, and then, and all the stamps that are in Paper Pumpkin are photopolymer. So that's convenient because, oh, did I smear some ink? I think that's a little operator error. Oh, hold on, let me see if my little sand eraser will take that off. I smeared some ink. My fault. Well, okay, cardstock has two sides, guys, so we can always flip it over. Now, you know what I would probably do with this? You know what? Let's see if we can fix it. If no harm, no foul. If this doesn't work, then you know what? I will use another one or use another die cut, but we're going to try and fix it. Because this happens, guys. This is real life. Sometimes you smear ink, and I want to show you guys how to fix it. If this happens, so you don't have to waste it. So I flipped it over. I'm going to use the back side. I'm going to ink it up again. Hopefully not smear ink this time. I don't know if this is going to be a fix, guys, but we'll see. I'm going to stamp it. Okay, that looks good. Now, I'm going to try and fix it. I'm going to try and fix it with, I don't have a Stampin' Up marker in navy close by, but I do have a Papermate Flair pen. So, so I'm going to try and use this Papermate Flair pen. Let's see. This might work. It might not work. You can always put some bling on here to correct it too. I think Patricia just said that. That's always a good choice too. You know what, guys? That's a long line. I was going to try and freehand it, but I don't think I can. All right. So here's a Papermate Flair pen. It's not really a straight line, but whatever. You guys know me. After the video's over, I'll probably go back and fix it. But actually, you know what, guys? For kind of fixing that on the fly, I don't think I did too bad. What do you think? I don't think it looks too bad. I did get some ink on my ruler, so now that's subsequently on my hand. Lift your bread. Okay, I can't quite see it, but could you lift your bread and layer it over the bottom of the sentiment? I guess I could. I don't know, guys. That didn't come out that bad, did it? Look at that. I might pay no attention to the ink on my hand, but it's not too bad, right? At first glance, I don't know. I like it. Why waste it, right? It's not really supposed to be straight. If you look at the other side, it's not really supposed to be straight. I don't know. I think it works. What do you guys think? Is it a good fix or a bad fix? Put a sequin on the smear. Looks good to me. You know what, guys? I'm going to go with it. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it gives it character, and I don't really think, if you didn't know that I messed that up, you probably would never know. That's what happened. So I'm going with it. This is real life Stampin', guys. Now, I also mentioned to you that it comes with the adhesives that you need. So in this kit, there are Stampin' Dimensionals, and there's also some mini glue dots. Now, for some people with Paper Pumpkin, you may want to get like a Stampin' Seal or maybe a bottle of glue. I like liquid glue. That's my adhesive of preference. The mini glue dots are kind of hard for me to use. So that's why I choose to have an additional adhesive with my paper pumpkin. I'm sorry, let me take a sip of iced tea. Hey, Lisa. Lisa's calling it a home run. I like it. I think we're going to go with it. And you know what? Someone brought up bling, and you can't bring up bling and not have me use it. So I'm straying from the kit. This is how it always works. And it's fine. We'll just put 2 rhinestones on here. These aren't in the kit, but darn it. You can't mention bling and have me not use it. The sentiment's that's lower than you thought. Yes, it's a little, it goes lower. It covers up the wheels. I guess I could have put it up a little higher. But anywho, so that is one card. So here's the original. And here's how it's just stepped up a tiny, tiny bit. So here's what I want to show you. I want to show you the other 2 cards. Oh, and I did one with the inside, that little strip that I cut from the front, and I put 2 more of those little bread loaves in there because I don't know. If you have bread die cuts, I mean, use them, right? So here would be a finished inside for this card, and then the cute coordinating envelope. Okay, so there we go. There's one. Now I want to show you 2 more stepped up. I did the same thing with the other 2 designs. Here's the bread and cheese. I just did a layer of Calypso Coral and a layer of Night of Navy. And then here is the basket. And I did Soft Succulent, and I did a layer of Blackberry Bliss to pop it up. And then I just used some of the remnants inside. This one, I think I just put a little strip of the excess cardstock on there. And that's how I made Paper Pumpkin as is, but with a little bit of extra layers. So that's just one way. Now we're going to make an alternative. Okay. Good. I'm glad you guys like them. Love them all. And like I said, if just the cards themselves, guys, are super cute. But if you have the extra cardstock and want to add more layers, just kind of a nice way to step them up a little bit. Oh, there goes my pen. Okay. Okay, alternative. So I was playing around making alternative project ideas. And this one I kind of started, but I didn't finish, so I thought it would be fun to play with today. So I used the stamp that's in the set, the cute little strawberry. Like I mentioned, we have a cute little strawberry, and then we have some blueberries, but I went with strawberries. I strayed from the kit colors. So again, what I'm trying to do now is just kind of show you some additional ideas. I stamped 5 of these, and I colored them with Poppy Parade Stampin' Blends markers and some Granny Apple Green. That's what I thought a strawberry would look like, but they would still look cute in Calypso Coral if you wanted to work with the kit colors. I wanted to kind of step out a little bit. So I already stamped these and fussy cut them, and I thought, you know, there's no sense in this going to waste because that's a lot of work. Fussy cutting those is a lot of work. So I wanted to come up with a fun way to use some of the kit components to make an alternative. So I'm going to use Poppy Parade cardstock. I cut this at 4 1/4 by 11. And I have no idea how this is going to turn out. So hold tight. I have an idea in my head. So again, we're in keeping with our color combo. And then I thought it would be fun to use a portion of this card. Now, this is a card for the bread and cheese. And as I mentioned, you have some additional, you could use that for another color somewhere. I want some of this pattern, but I don't necessarily want that. I want them to rest on something because I had an idea. So we're going to do card base. I have a piece that's 4 by 5 1/4 of Night of Navy, and then I'm going to have a piece of basic white. So I'm going to layer them up just like I did with the other card, and then I'm going to use a little bit of this. So we're going to do 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. This one's a little large. By 5 1/8. Do you guys have that? I have a Lisa, I thought you said Puppy Parade, and now all I can think of Puppy Parade. Okay, I'm now calling Puppy Parade Puppy Parade. That's its new name. Okay. So, I love that. Okay, so we're going to start here because I really kind of want a white background for these strawberries to really kind of pop. But, all right, guys, if you visited me before, what do you think I'm going to do with this layer? I'm going to pop some texture on it because I have to have cards that feel good. It's just my thing. And I think when you're talking about strawberries, and I saw this little pattern on here, I'm going to use gingham. It's my new favorite embossing folder. If you don't have it, get it. I just think it adds a fun pop of texture. We have some abstract stripes that would also, I think, kind of look cool on this too, but it's not a full embossing folder. So I'm going to do the gingham. I'll be right back. Because you got to have some texture in the background. Now, again, if you're making alternatives and you don't have a die cutting machine and you don't have the embossing folder, this would be just as nice, clean. It's okay. I realize, have you ever seen that crafting meme? It's like, you know, why buy it when I could make it for $95? It's kind of that whole, I mean, if you don't have everything, you can still, with some additional maybe cardstock, being creative with maybe some colors, you know, you don't have to have the embossing machine and the embossing folders. If you don't, you know, if you don't have that, you can still make it work with a couple additional pieces. Okay, so I'm going to cut, I want a strip of these stripes, a strip of stripes. So we're going to make this 3 7/8 inches long. I hate cutting into card bases because I feel like I'm wasting it, but I know I'm not because I'm going to make something pretty with it. We're going to cut into that. I'm going to do maybe, that's too much, 1 inch of stripes, 1 1/4 inches. Let's do 1 1/4 inches. If I need to cut it down, I can. I feel like 1.5 inches is too much, but 1 1/4 inches. So this is 1 1/4 inches by 3 7/8. And I can use this on another card somewhere. Wait, did I not cut that at 3 7/8? What did I do? I think I cut this at 4 1/8. I don't know. Pay no attention to me. I don't know what I'm doing. This is 3 7/8 by 1 1/4. Okay, so here's my idea, guys. I want a little place for our strawberries to sit. And what I came up with in my head was, I have a piece of crumb cake scrap here. I think I'm done cutting. And see how this is weird right here? You guys are looking at that going, what's she doing? That's really ugly. Why is she leaving that like that? You're not going to see it if this goes as planned. Okay, so I'm going to cut. I'm going to use the Stylish Shapes dies. I think this is a good basic die cutting set, especially if you're a beginner, because you've got squares, circles, and banners. So you've got a little bit of everything. So this is a good one if you're just getting started. And I'm going to cut a circle. This piece isn't big enough, but that's okay because I'm not using the whole circle. So let me run this through. I want to just make sure at least on one side it goes through. Okay, so we've got a little circle with some stitched edging for detail. And put that on the magnet so I don't lose it. And I'm going to grab, okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this off, and I'm going to create a little bowl for our fruit. Okay, so maybe this much. So what do you think? We've got a little bowl for our strawberries to sit in. Now, if your scrap was big enough and you got the other side, you'd have 2 bowls. But I don't care. I'm going to just throw this piece out because I just needed half a bowl. And then I need some ink that I didn't pull. Hold on. I get some crumb cake ink and just kind of go around the edges with a sponge dauber. I wanted to add some texture to this, but my favorite embossing folder is retired, so I'm settling for sponging. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, let me close this. So, my thought process here. Okay, I have the vision in my head. I'm going to stick it down. I'm going to take a chance. There's no going back now. I can move the bowl, but I can't move any of the components. So I think, hopefully you guys love how this comes together. So this is just going to kind of be like, almost like a little table for our little bowl of berries to sit on. And I guess we could even put some blueberries in here. We could add them to the mix if we wanted to, because blue is part of the color palette. But I'm not going to lie, I'm not fussy cutting anything else today. So I have to tell you guys, so I woke up this morning and I did something to my eye. I don't know what's going on, but it's really sensitive to light and it hurts to blink, and I don't know, but it's giving me like a major headache, and I don't know what I did, but I don't want to fussy cut anything because I can't focus. So I don't know. I hope it's not like pink eye or something stupid like that. It's a little sore and it's a little light sensitive, and I was like, oh, I don't even know if I want to do Facebook Live. My head hurts, but it's fine. It's actually not that bad. Once I get going, I'm distracted by creating, so I'm not really thinking about it until I talk about it. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay. Do you guys see my vision? Oh, Leanne's got to go. Catch the replay. Bye, Leanne. Okay. Put some layers. Linda says maybe a sty. That's what I think it is. So it's kind of itchy. I don't know what I did. If it's allergies, I don't know what. This is very patriotic. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I cut a piece of cardstock for the inside as well, because you always want to dress up the inside. I don't know if we'll have time to do it, but we'll see. This kit also has some linen thread, so I think we're going to incorporate that. And then I wanted to use this little pick that comes in the kit. I wanted to use this in our little berries, but here's what I thought about. Okay. I gotta check my diagnosis. Hold on 1 second. Everybody's giving me advice. I gotta look. Being sensitive to light are symptoms of pink eye. Oh, don't say that, Diane. I don't want to think about that. If it continues, get it checked. Benadryl and hot compresses. These are all good tips. And yes, I definitely will get it checked if it continues, because I don't know. I just don't like the way that feels. Okay, so let me point out one thing, and thank you everyone for the tips. I appreciate it. It's sometimes helpful, things you don't think about to treat it. So this little pick, one thing I noticed, and this may not be a big deal to anybody, but I noticed that it is kind of, it's in rich raspberry, which isn't a big deal, but, and that's where, remember how I used my marker for the other card? This is where this kind of came to play. I'm going to use my black Stampin' Right marker, and I'm just going to go over the top of this. Now, I'm not concerned that I'm not using a ruler on this, because in all honesty, it's not a straight line as it's printed. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm just trying to kind of go over the rich raspberry with the black. This is one of those fine details that if this is too much work for you, don't do it. But I just wanted to make it black. I just thought it stood out a little bit more. And we're gonna do, so we have You're the Sweetest and Thinking of You. The Love You a Whole Bunch is, I think that's a little bit more limited about who you could give that to. So I'm going to let you guys kind of pick the sentiment we're going to do. So we're going to do Thinking of You or You're the Sweetest. And I'm going to kind of put this together. And while I'm putting it together, you can decide on the sentiment you like. But I love the Love You a Whole Bunch because I think it works with the bunch of strawberries, but it's kind of limited as to who, you know, you can only send that to so many people. I mean, I don't know. You're not going to send that to like your tax person. Love you a whole bunch. I don't know. Maybe you do love your tax person a whole bunch if they help keep you out of hot water with your taxes, right? But sometimes, especially because I'm giving this card away, I don't like to give away a sentiment that is, I don't know. I want to give one away that's a little more general, I guess is the right thing to say. For a fruit roll, You're the Sweetest. I think we're seeing lots of votes for You're the Sweetest. Now, I always like to do, like the fruit, you notice I have 5. So it's either 3 or 5. I don't like to do even numbers when it comes to that. So let's see. You guys are so funny, a pink guy. I knew what you meant. Okay, You're the Sweetest has quite a few so far. I think we have 3 for You're the Sweetest. You guys are so funny. I love autocorrect. Oh my gosh. If you know me and you get text from me, you know what I'm talking about. I am like the worst when it comes to autocorrect. Thank goodness my friends understand me. And I think we're going to lay one of these little berries out of the basket so he's not so uniform. What do you think? Okay, I have 3 votes for You're the Sweetest, so I think that's what we're going to go with. So I'm going to put a little Stampin' Dimensional and a little bit of glue. So we're just going to pop one of these out. And we need a You're the Sweetest. And now for this one, I'm going to stamp it in Poppy Parade. Now I know Calypso Coral was in the kit, but, ooh, how's this going to fit? Actually, I'm going to put it on that side. Okay, You're the Sweetest. What do you think of the little bowl of strawberries? This is cute. It's coming together. Lisa says I'm addicted to voice dictation, and I don't understand how anyone understands me anymore. Maybe they don't. Voice dictation is always worse for me. I'm like, oh, I try and enunciate too. I don't know why, but sometimes it goes rogue and it just picks its own little words. Okay, You Are the Sweetest. This is cute. This could even be like a thank you card. I like it. I like the sentiment. Okay. Shirley likes the card. Yay. I'm happy. I'm happy when an idea comes to fruition. Like I had this idea in my head and I fussy cut all these strawberries. So I was like, well, this better be cute because I've done all the work on it. Okay. Oh, I want to put, let's tie a quick bow and see. I love doing alternatives, you guys. I just have so much fun, and I don't know. Now I'm super jazzed that this like kind of came together the way I wanted it to. Maybe we'll pop that up on the sign. It's like that on the card. So maybe my bowl could have been a little lower, but it's too late. It's not coming up now. This bow is where it needs, or this bowl is where it needs to be. I am not moving this. If I try and move it, it's going to be a disaster. But in hindsight, I might want to put this just a little bit lower, but it's okay. I'm going to put a little bow right here. We'll fix it with rhinestones maybe. How does that sound? Okay. I have a love-hate relationship with twine sometimes. I want the tails to do what I want them to do, and they always try and fight me. The twine kind of feels like it might be getting lost. What do you guys think? Should we put it on the bowl or the sign? I don't know. Where do you like it better? Let me open up my rhinestones while we contemplate that. Where are my rhinestones? Here they are. And we're going to pop on a couple of rhinestones. To finish it up. Those are getting a little lost there. Hold on. Oh, my AC just turned off. Did you hear it? It's so hot here today, you guys. On the bowl or around the bowl. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. It might be nice to have like a layer. We can do this. Yes. Okay, we're going to do 2. We could do 1, but why would we do 1 layer of twine when it's going to be more complicated to attach to, right? Yeah, it needs a little texture. All right, we're going to tuck this in with a glue dot. It's already stuck down, so let's tuck it in with a glue dot. Diane says no bow. Oh, Diane, we're in it to win it now. We're going to make this bow work. I agree. We probably could have skipped the bow too, but now we're in deep. Now we've got to do the bow. Once I cut the additional twine, the bow is not negotiable. Let's see. So ideally, if you were doing this, you would adhere this before you stuck your bow down, but never fear. We can make it work. I just put on a glue dot, just kind of putz with it a little bit and tuck it under, and nobody knows. I kind of like that. That adds the texture that I feel like I was missing. So, yes. What do you guys think? Better, right? Good idea, Narelle. Good idea for wrapping this around the bow, and anybody else who might have mentioned it. I don't. If you did and I didn't call you out, I don't want you to get upset. Cute, right? What do you think? And then, of course, we would finish up the inside of the card, but I'm probably not going to do that on the video because it would just take a little bit too long. But what do you think for a cute alternative? Kind of fun, huh? I almost want to add more bling, but we'll slow down while we're ahead. So here's a nice alternative that you could use with your paper pumpkin. And I don't know, kind of a fun, different way to look at it. So here is the paper pumpkin cards as they come in the kit. And then here's an alternative for you today. So if you haven't gotten your kit yet, here's a couple of ideas to get you going. And This is super fun. I actually think I'm going to make a few more of these to send. These are kind of a fun summer card. I love this. And you know, if you run out of these little picks, I think these would be really easy. You could even trace these and cut them out just freehand. They're not going to be that hard to cut out. So I'm going to save one so that I can cut them out and get more bang for my buck. And then just kind of trace that little frame around there in black. Ta-da! More frames, more die cut frames. So what do you guys think? There's Paper Pumpkin today. I hope you loved it. I love doing Paper Pumpkin on Facebook Live. I just think it's kind of fun to see the kit and see it all come together. So I hope you guys love this and love the alternatives. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend, and I will be back with you next week with some more fun card ideas. And I hope you all take care, stay cool out there, and have an amazing, amazing weekend out there. Have fun and happy stamping, guys. Bye-bye.